bottom of this new fender, it flared in as if it was going to go under the side skirts of your RV. Well, these fenders were a little bit small, so I cut that rounded part off just flat. That way I could scoot it all the way up against the trim above the tires and it would sit flush. So I basically just had to line it up, started a couple screws, continued on, and then went ahead and continued to go ahead and screw it in with the self-tapping screws into everything. Now after I got that, obviously you can see a little bit of the fender side skirt and the difference in the color between the skirt and the fender flare. I didn't really care too much for that, so what I ended up doing is actually taking a part that I cut off of the new fender flare to one of our hardware stores and matched it with a color. I taped off, and then I actually ended up actually painting the underside of the side skirt, so it made it have the effect that the fender flare was continuing all the way under the RV side skirt, and it wasn't a crazy contrast in color between the tan and the dark brown that the side skirt and the fender flare was. I think it came out really actually good, so I was quite pleased with it. I think I paid around $100 for these fender flares, and the ones I actually found that fit it were actually like a little over $200, so it was kind of worth the cost difference. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If you have an older RV and you don't feel like spending, $250 or more on it, I hope this helps. I basically took the old dimensions of the actual fender flare I still had and matched it on their website to one that closely fit it. The only difference was the height wasn't the same, so they didn't curl under, which is why I cut the bottom part of the curled part out so they would just fit flush up against there. And then I just took a spray paint that matched and masked it off and actually spray painted it. So I hope this helps anybody that isn't sure if it would work or not. It worked for me. It worked really well. We've actually taken an RV trip with the new fender flares, and they seem to be holding on there pretty well. They seem durable. The old ones were from '06, and so they were kind of brittle, and I actually had one on our first RV trip actually fly off of the RV because it was brittle and the wind was catching it, and it actually ended up breaking up in a couple pieces and flew off our RV. So I was kind of forced to have to get new ones. This was a cost-effective way to do it. So comment below if you've had to change out your fenders before that went over your tires, and what you did, if you replaced them with the same ones or you replaced some that was similar, or if you had to modify them any. Let me know in the comments, guys. I hope this helps. We'll see you in the next video.